Coming up on CitrusTV News, the Judicial Review Board slapped sanctions onto Student Association President Eric Evangelisa. Find out what this means for the rest of his term in office.
And students piled into the Shine Student Center for a nonprofit and government career fair earlier today. We have a look at the event recap and a look inside the action.
And a Syracuse professor has broken ground on new research about the Earth's creation that seriously rocks. All this and more, CitrusTV News starts right now.
CitrusTV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
Hello and welcome to CitrusTV News live at 6. I'm Brittany Muller.
And I'm Meghan Mistry. The Judicial Review Board has reached a verdict and handed out sanctions in the case against SA President Eric Evangelisa. That's our top story tonight. Eric Evangelisa will remain president of the Student Association. The Judicial Review Board released their decision last night regarding his violations of the SA Constitution. He was found not guilty of failing to inform students of a vacant seat on the board. However, he is guilty of using coercion in the nomination of the public relations chair and for communicating with the student body after being put on notice of investigation. The guilty verdict results in restrictions as president. From now on, he can't meet with university officials without SA VP Joyce Lalonde present. And he needs written permission by 2/3 of the SA cabinet to send campus-wide emails. In other SU news, the bookstore is getting more environmentally friendly. Beginning this summer, it will offer a variety of reusable bags and lower the amount of plastic bags that it gives out. The new bags will feature artwork from students. The Student Association is currently looking at ways to get students to buy the new bags. That initiative will be announced this spring.
SU Career Services hosted the annual nonprofit and government career fair today at the Shine Student Center. More than 50 local, state, and federal agencies came to look for potential students. CitrusTV reporter Jason Chen went to the event and talked to some students there.
From finance, military, insurance to disability services, around 100 of students came to the nonprofit and government career fair today to discuss and explore future opportunities with employers. Career Services Assistant Director Jennifer Pluta says the event is a great opportunity to bring employers and students together.
And also you get to build your network and connect with employers and learn about how they recruit, what it's like to work at those particular employers. You're also going to get information on what kind of classes that you should be focused on.
No matter it's a local, state, or national organizations, students of all majors came to this event to explore their career opportunities.
I find that there's a lot of different programs and unique opportunities that I can discover, and I actually get to meet employers and talk to them and ask them questions about the kinds of things they're looking for in new talent.
Junior Shannon Woosman says he encourages more students to attend career fairs.
I think every student who's looking for a job should go to a career fair because it's a lot different from contacting someone online to seeing them in person. You establish a much stronger connection with them.
For Leo Duke, he thinks it's an opportunity to start building his networking skills as a freshman.
It's hard to find internships on campus, I think, so both this and things like Orange Link can help students get in contact with these jobs, because we can't get hired if we aren't talking with people in policy who are hiring for these policy jobs.
Jason Chen, CitrusTV News.
Students are also encouraged to drop into the Career Service Center during office hours to discuss internships and job searches.
Researchers have made a breakthrough discovery involving oxygen's creation on Earth. Our own weather anchor, David Edelstein, spoke with a Syracuse professor who's on the research team to find out what South African rocks say about our planet's history.
A team of researchers has made a discovery that tells about how life evolved along with the chemistry of the Earth. The researchers looked at rocks from South Africa that are about 2.3 billion years old.
It's just a simple curiosity of trying to understand our life, our place in this universe.
By studying the different layers of the rocks, the researchers were able to trace the amount of oxygen on Earth at different points in time and see the processes of life starting to use the oxygen.
It's about understanding life on Earth in a very simple way.
Junium says at one point, Earth had little oxygen, yet there was life on the planet. He says studying the rocks shows the introduction of large amounts of oxygen into the atmosphere during a period of time called the Great Oxidation Event.
This is a window into how the world worked a long time ago.
While these rocks aren't your typical garden rock, and they might not mean as much to you as your pet rock, they tell a whole new story about Earth as we know it today.
It helps inform our opinions and knowledge on how the Earth system has evolved through time. So how we got to be where we are now. So it has a direct tie to us in terms of evolution.
This is a story of Earth's history. It's fundamental to me to our place in this planet is understanding how it has changed through time. Understanding how life evolves is important.
Junium added that this discovery can help scientists know what to look for to determine if there was ever life on other planets. David Edelstein, CitrusTV News.
This discovery is still a hypothesis. More research will have to be done to see if the findings are consistent with other parts of the globe. The hope of the scientists is that this information will open new doors that will tell even more about how life evolved on Earth.
Central New Yorkers may soon be able to order their groceries online and pick them up curbside. The Walmart in Camillus is building an outside canopy as a dedicated grocery pickup stop. The company did not say when this new service will begin, but the online grocery shopping will eventually be part of stores nationwide. This next story should come as no surprise. Syracuse is expected to break 100 inches of snowfall this year. The additional 3 inches needed will come tonight as part of the lake effect snow moves in. We usually see this amount a week and a half later than now. So now we're about average for the season. Last year, the city received a tiny 80 inches of snow. We woke up to a lot of snow this morning, but that stopped by early this afternoon.
CitrusTV weather anchor David Edelstein is here to tell us if we're going to be seeing that snow again soon. David?
Yes, as we said, a lot of snow, and this year we have a lot, and it's early. Right now outside, though, 32 degrees. It is very, very cloudy, and that's because those storms are going to be moving in. Also, it feels like 18 degrees because winds are also picking up, so be prepared for that if you're going outside now. Looking across the board, as we can see over here, really in the low 30s, only Binghamton in the high 20s. That's really where the freezing is going to come and going to affect all of the snow that's coming down on us over these next day and so. But let's take a look at this radar. As you can tell, a lot of blue, a lot of pink. That's all snow that's going to be coming down. And this is today. We've had a lot of snow squalls, but as you can tell as the radar goes forward around now, just a little bit of blue compared to how this radar starts. Unfortunately, that doesn't tell the whole story, and I'll have more on that in the full weather forecast.
Coming up on CitrusTV News, President Trump breaks from years of traditional foreign policy towards Israel. We got the details on how.
And more on the death of Kim Jong-un's brother. We'll have the latest when CitrusTV News returns.
Just 4 brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Gear up, guys.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Go, bro. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah.
You're watching Citrus TV News with Meghan Mistry, Brittany Muller, and Brendan Tierney with weather. Citrus TV News continues now.
According to government officials, members of President Trump's campaign team had repeated contact with Russian intelligence. The communications were intercepted during routine intelligence collection.
Among the advisors who regularly communicated with Russia is Michael Flynn, President Trump's then campaign advisor.
The circumstances of General Flynn's contact with the Russian ambassador during the transition, the recent reports of potential high-level contact between the Trump campaign and Russian intelligence, including General Flynn, should raise hairs on the necks of everyone in this body and every American of goodwill.
To a Middle East peace agreement, President Trump met with Israeli Prime Minister today at the White House.
They discussed the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, Iran and Syria, and Israel's security. This was the leaders' first face-to-face meeting since President Trump's election. Trump also broke from years of American foreign policy to Israel, saying he plans to negotiate a peace agreement between Israel and Palestine.
Andrew Pudzer, President Trump's nominee for the Secretary of Labor, has withdrawn his nomination. A source in the White House close to Pudzer informed members of the press of the withdrawal.
Pudzer was a controversial nominee. He's the CEO of the Hardee's and Carl's Jr. fast food chain and has faced intense opposition from Senate and House Democrats.
2 radio journalists in the Dominican Republic were shot and killed during a live radio broadcast yesterday. Just a disclaimer, this video is graphic. Luis Manuel Medina and Leo Martinez were streaming on Facebook Live when a man entered the radio station and started firing.
A woman was also hit but is in stable condition after surgery. The shooter was apprehended and his motive remains unclear.
Malaysian police have arrested a woman believed to be connected to the death of Kim Jong-nam, the half-brother of Kim Jong-un.
Today, police detained and later arrested a woman with Vietnamese travel documents at the Kuala Lumpur International Airport. Nam is believed to have been poisoned on Monday at the airport before being transported to a local hospital where he died en route. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov is expected to meet with Secretary of State Rex Tillerson at the G20 summit in Germany this summer. It will be the first meeting between the two since Tillerson was appointed to the position.
This comes at a time of deep-seated unrest between the two countries since President Trump's inauguration. The summit will take place July 7th and 8th.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Well, we've had a lot of snow today, starting out with some snow squalls, as we see on this radar that we were looking at a few minutes ago. That brought in a cold front that is going to drastically lower temperatures into the 20s and the teens again after this warm couple of past days. But after that, we're going to see some snow again tonight. It's not yet done, so let's take a look ahead. Another storm hazard warning. It's Syracuse winter. It just keeps bringing the snow down. A lake effect snow this time is going to be coming through the area. About 4 to 8 inches of snow through tomorrow, starting this afternoon and about until tomorrow at 7 p.m. when it will kind of die down. Blowing and drifting snow, though. Be careful. The winds are going to be high, about 10 to 20 miles an hour with gusts up to 30 miles an hour while you're walking around. That can blow you around while you're walking. Make sure to bundle up and stay warm. Also, there will be low visibility, so that's not good for walking around and seeing what's in front of you. Be careful, especially while crossing the street. Tomorrow, it's going to be 26 degrees and very, very windy. Again, the 40 inches of snow. It will be very windy. So, looking ahead throughout the day, really not much change in temperature. It's going to stay at that 24 around 3 p.m. there in between noon and 6. That's where the high will come in at 26 degrees, but 24 throughout the day. So don't expect anything warm. Stay at that cold temperature. And again, Bundle up will feel like 10 degrees. But now, some good news with some sun. We all want to be talking about this. Although there's a lot of snow, for those who don't like snow, some better news. The days are getting longer. By Wednesday, it's going to be a 20-minute longer daylight, and then the sun will be rising before 7 a.m. on Saturday for the first time this winter. And then we have here on Friday, it's going to be very low clouds and breezy, but the sun will be coming out. It will be getting warmer towards those days where we have the sports games, and that will be Saturday, Sunday, Monday, providing us a very nice weekend in Syracuse and some more warm days to accompany that.
We've been on a wild ride of weather today. Are those warm temperatures going to stick around?
Again, unfortunately, it's been really weird this winter, kind of high temperatures and then low again, back and forth, almost like a roller coaster ride. Fortunately, they will disappear. If you added one more day to that 5-day forecast, you'd see them drop. But enjoy it this weekend because it will be nice and warm.
Thank you.
Thank you, David. When we come back, a glacier in Antarctica is melting faster than scientists thought.
An American Girl doll is now introducing an American Boy doll. This and more coming up.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
You're watching Citrus TV News with Meghan Mistry, Brittany Muller, and Brendan Tierney with weather. Citrus TV News continues now.
Goldman Sachs is enjoying its highest stock prices since the financial crisis. Most bank stocks have surged since the election. Goldman's own value rose by $4 million the day that President Trump signed the order to repeal Dodd-Frank. The reform law aimed to regulate Wall Street after the 2008 financial crisis. Yesterday noted a new all-time high for the company, beating its last record from 2007. Any hopes that the largest health insurers in America could merge effectively ended yesterday. Health insurer Cigna is pulling out of a merger deal with Anthem after the court denied the merger about a week ago. Cigna is suing Anthem for $13 billion in damages in addition to the roughly $2 billion termination fee it will receive. Anthem said today that in the agreement, Cigna doesn't have the right to cancel the agreement. This was announced hours after another merger between Aetna and Humana was ended yesterday. The cure to Alzheimer's is facing yet another setback. Drug company Merck stopped its research on a new drug after a study found it had no chance of working. The drug will now be aimed toward less advanced diseases. No new drug has been able to slow down Alzheimer's in over a decade. Almost 40 million people worldwide suffer from the disease.
Another block of ice has broken off the Pine Island Glacier, shedding over a kilometer of ice into the Arctic waters. These types of breaks are one of the primary causes of rising sea levels. There are now concerns about the stability of the entire 79 cubic kilometer ice shelf, as this rupture comes on the heels of a much larger break in July of 2015. And for the first time in its history, American Girl is introducing a male doll. The new toy is part of a push for more modern characters. His name is Logan Everett, and he plays the drums for a country music band. A boy has been a popular request to the American Girl for years. The doll goes on sale tomorrow for $115 each. And Kate Upton is returning to Sports Illustrated. She's appearing on the cover of the magazine's famed swimsuit issue for the third time. Upton announced the news on Jimmy Kimmel Live last night. She was last on the cover in 2013. That magazine made headlines last month when 63-year-old Christy Brinkley posed with her daughters. The new issue hit the stands today. And the German Shepherd Rumor is finally a winner. The 5-year-old dog took home the highest honor last night at the Westminster Kennel Dog Show. Last year, Rumor fell short to a German short-haired pointer for Best in Show. Over 2,000 dogs competed this year, and what's next for Rumor's career? Well, rumor has it her owners are hoping for puppies.
I do love a good dog show, but elsewhere in sports, the SU basketball team has lost 2 straight, but Jim Boeheim isn't down on his guys, and Syracuse football back in the headlines. Don't touch that remote.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees. Nothing to do with snow. Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones. Don't even. And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Welcome back, I'm Noah Eagle. It's been an up and down season for the SU men's basketball team, but Jim Boeheim's squad is made up of fighters. Just look at the last 5 games, down big to NC State, Virginia, and Clemson. The Qs clawed back and found ways to get wins. The last 2 contests, the Orange fought back, just couldn't seal the deal versus Pitt and Louisville. No matter what, Coach Boeheim remains pleased with his team's efforts in these seemingly lost games.
Louisville's a top 10 team, top 5 maybe. I mean, that's an unbelievable accomplishment to come back like that against a team like that. Unbelievable. It was an unbelievable effort, Herculean effort. You really have no chance in these games against a team like Louisville, pressing them down 8 or 9 points in regulation and come back and have a shot to win the game. That's almost impossible. And in overtime to be down 9 and come back to have a chance to tie the game or win the game with a 3. But when you come down to those last plays and you need a 3 to win, we made one of those already this year. I don't know if you get 2 in a year, but you got to give these kids a lot of credit. They played right as hard as you can play right to the end. The game was gone. In regulation, it was completely gone, and they got it back and had a chance to win it. And then it was really gone in overtime, and they had foul shots to tie the game. Unbelievable effort. Great effort. You can't oversell that. It was an unbelievable effort they gave tonight.
Syracuse basketball might be in the middle of some much-needed rest before Sunday's game versus Georgia Tech, but there are some big games in the ACC tonight with some big-time implications. Number 10 North Carolina makes the short trip to Raleigh to take on the struggling NC State squad. What to look for in this one? Reports coming this morning that if NC State gets blown out, their coach Mark Gottfried could be fired immediately. Keep your eye on that result. Game set to start at 8. Then a marquee top 15 matchup between Duke and Virginia. The Blue Devils are winners of 5 straight, while the Cavaliers come off a tough loss to Virginia Tech. Duke has won the last 3 regular season meetings with UVA. Tip-off is at 9. Syracuse's football's first All-American in 15 years has been given a chance to showcase his skills. Senior standout wide receiver Amba Edetawa was invited to the NFL Combine earlier today. He will appear on the second day of the event. The Maryland transfer set numerous school records in his lone year at Syracuse, such as receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns. He was 4th in the country in yards and 7th in touchdowns. CBSSports.com currently has him being selected as a 6th-round pick. Tonight in the NBA, a couple of New York teams in action. First is the Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks, 2 of the youngest teams in the NBA, looking to improve upon disappointing seasons. And the Nets and Bucks tip off at 7:30 from Barclays Center. Brooklyn is in the middle of a 13-game losing streak and is yet to win at home in 2017. Then at 9:30, the Knicks travel to Oklahoma City to take on the Thunder. New York snapped its 4-game losing streak against the Spurs on Sunday, but Carmelo Anthony and company struggle on the road this season, going 9-18 away from MSG. New York also has to deal with Russell Westbrook, who averages a triple-double on the season.
Okay, so our loss to Louisville was a little bit hard to accept. How does that affect our tournament chances?
Yeah, Megan, definitely a rough game, a rough loss to take for Syracuse, but I still think that they have a chance to get in. They have 4 games remaining, 2 against Georgia Tech, and if they're able to win maybe 2 to 3 of those, they should be good to get into the tournament.
All right, thank you very much for joining us.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes, but with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it.
You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Come on, it's not that hard.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
So, David, you told me that a snowstorm is moving through tomorrow. What can we expect for the weather?
Yeah, definitely a lot of snow and a lot of wind. Those 4 to 8 inches of snow and a lot of winds keeping everything moving around, so definitely bundle up and stay warm.
All right, thank you.
Great. Coming up after the show on OTN, On the Bench is next at 6:30, followed by Syracuse Stories at 7. Then stay tuned to Citrus TV Spanish news show Noticias at 7:30. To view the full schedule, visit citrustv.com/schedule.
That's all the time we have tonight.
Make sure to check us out and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm Brittany Muller.
And I'm Meghan Mistry.